Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Explain 11 and welcome back to another IFR flight. This is going to be a local one in Kenya. We are going to be flying from Mombasa to Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta, and we're going to be doing the ILS approach to runway 06 at Jomo Kenyatta. And today we're in quite a classic, not really a classic airliner, but it's not common in Kenya. Very rare to see this aircraft. In fact, I've personally not seen it for maybe the last 6 years or 7 years in Kenya. But this aircraft does operate quite a bit in Europe in terms of city hopping and even cargo routes. So without further ado guys, let me show you the aircraft. As you can see, it has 4 engines from all the indicators. And as you can see, we're obviously still off, so we have some warning lights over here. But let's look at the exterior. This is the exterior, ladies and gentlemen. And today, we are doing cargo. We're with TNT today, and this is the British Aerospace BAe 146-300, the longer variant of the set of aircraft. They have a Dash 200 and they also have a Dash 100, but today we're flying the Dash 300 with the cargo option. So today is a cargo flight basically. So everything is pretty much set up in the FMC. Today we're not using the default X-Plane FMC. I'm using the GTN 750. It's not integrated into this cockpit, but I do have it here and everything is set. So we are departing. Let's go to our flight plan. We are departing runway 21 via the GEVA 1A departure, standard instrument departure, transitioning through this waypoint Utiku, and following that until a waypoint called Atuta. Then we begin our arrival into Jomo Kenyatta, which is Utepi, Tebox, and then we begin our approach ILS, which, as you can see, we have some height restrictions. By ABRAT we have to be at 9,100, and we'll continue descending until we get established on our ILS. As you can see, we have a hold on Tango Victor. November Victor is the end of the runway 06 at Jomo. So we'll just leave this in. This is just in case I have to do a go around altitude. I believe the holding altitude is 9,000 feet. So without further ado guys, let's go back to our map page and let's get this aircraft started. Sorry for that. Hide window. Okay, so we are ready. Let's just close our doors. Outside for passenger and side cargo. You can go outside and just have a look at what's going on. There we go, doors are closing. Today our registration is Oscar Tango Alpha Delta, but obviously I don't have ATC in the same at the moment, so I will not be communicating with tower. It will be a very smooth flight. Okay, so we can just go ahead and start the aircraft. Put the beacon on, let the ground know we're starting, and let's start master on. We'll start the 4th one first. All pumps are on and everything. Yes, okay, let's go ahead and start. So just unlock that and we'll hit start. Just click it. And monitoring our NG, we're looking for about 20%, and we'll introduce fuel at that point. So just monitor it keenly. 13, 14, increasing. Once it gets to 20, I'll introduce the fuel. And then we'll go 20, fuel is introduced. You can see our ITT rising. Obviously you want to watch that for a hot start. You do not want to exceed 900 Gs, but as you can see, 397 was a start, which is quite good. So let's go ahead and start the second one. Well, the third engine actually. Hit the start switch, watch our engine rise again, same as the procedure before. And our engine is increasing, and we have 20% increase. Add fuel. Okay, ITC, let's see where it stops at. Yeah, I was about 369. So cooler stuff in the 4th engine, but that's not an issue as long as it's all in the green. Engine 2, start, and same procedure again. And I'll just set my altitude of 24,000 feet. You can see set, that's what we'll be cruising at to Nairobi. So as you can see, engine is rising, and we have 20% introduce the fuel. Okay, watch the ITT. 399. Okay, and let's go for the first engine. Start engaged. And again, same procedure, watching for the ITT. I'll just switch on my TMS and watch our NG, and we have 20%. Let's go. Okay, that's perfect. So let's see how this engine starts. What altitude gives us? 300, 402 from actually, but that's still okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our TMS to takeoff, and our outside air temperature today is 30 degrees. Wow, Mombasa is quite hot. So let's change that to 3 and bring that to 0, and you can see our takeoff will be 91.4. My V-speed set today will be rotating with flaps setting of 18 at 132 and V2 137. So what we're going to do is we're going to set 91.4 on this. So I'll just do 91, that's about 91. Oh, actually it's actually set already, yeah, but that's about 91.4. That's perfect. Okay, so the aircraft is started, so we can do the generators online. Switch off our APU. Okay, and then off, on, engine pumps on, and we can go this side. Cabin air packs on and engine air on, and we can just get our seats on, set, and everything should be okay. Just put our starter master off, and no lights illuminating up here. We are good. Perfect, that's a good start. Let's see what our annunciator panel says. Parking brake on, that we have on. I want to begin my taxi. So I believe we're ready. So let me just set the flaps for takeoff with 18 degrees. So flaps are set for takeoff, and trim, we're going to set it to 3 degrees. Just about there. That's the takeoff trim. Okay, look outside. Let's get our chokes off, obviously. And there we go. Flaps have been set for takeoff, and the aircraft is ready to begin taxiing beacon lights on. So let's go ahead and get the taxi lights on. Taxi lights are on. Okay, let's begin our taxi. Parking brake off. And then one power slowly. Let's get some momentum. Have a look, the taxi lights are on. Yes, they are. I do have sadness after this aircraft. It does look really nice. Especially this livery is really suits this aircraft. I'll do that taxi right at the end of the taxi. The taxi is a bit long, so I'll catch you at the end of it. Okay, we're back, and we have almost got to the end of runway 21, which is our takeoff runway 4 today. Like I said, rotation speed is going to be, just confirm it, is going to be 130. Those markers are set, which is quite a high rotation speed. That's obviously I'm using flaps 18. I could use a higher flaps setting, but 18 is, this one is quite long, so it should be enough for us to get airborne. And then we just set course for our flight plan, engage the autopilot and let the aircraft do its job. So if you do like these videos, ladies and gentlemen, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and please do hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I post another video. Okay, strobes on, and let's go line lights on. Okay, let's slow down a bit. Okay, everything is set. We're going to just advance takeoff power. Everything is set. Perfect. Okay, let's go.
TMS set to takeoff.
TMS set to takeoff. Advance the power. Okay, engine parameters in the green. Let's go full power.
Power set, N1 achieved. Speed alive, both sides.
Yes, alive both sides.
80 knots, cross-checked.
80 knots.
V1.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
V2. Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Get up. Let's trim up a bit. for that. Okay, landing. I'm not sure exactly what that was. Let's just see a bit. Pull up our GPS and see where we are. Setting course for Quebec. Quite good. Pretty much on track. Hide the window. Look outside. Quite a steep climb. The Takeoff has very good performance. Yeah, so that's the takeoff, ladies and gentlemen, out of Mombasa, Mombasa International Airport. Next time I'll speak to you will be the arrival into, I might speak to the cruise, but after cruise will be the arrival into Jomo Kenyatta. I do hope you enjoy the flight. See you soon. Gentlemen, we have now reached the top of climb. For the flight today, I've actually reduced my cruising altitude to 20,000 feet, and I figured out what that buzz was. That was actually a stall warner. So that's what happens when you fly and take off heavy and climb at 2,000 feet and below. That's exactly what happens. So anyway, if we look at our map, we are on track. Estimating, let's see, estimating Nairobi in 34 minutes, and we also have vertical navigation, and top of descent is in about 28 minutes. Speed is increasing. I will throttle back for cruise. Let me just do that right now. Actually, I can just GPS 150, high window, and let's just throttle back for cruise. And on the TMS, I have put sync, so it will synchronize 9-1 of all engines. It will synchronize all engines. So let's just reduce power. I'm just looking at the indicated airspeed to see if we're increasing speed or not. Indicated steady speed. This aircraft does not have auto throttle, so it's quite an old aircraft. But another aircraft that does not have auto throttle, I believe, is the Embraer 145. So similar to that, I'm just setting the throttle. Okay. And as you can see, they're relatively different positions here. That's because sync mode is activated, and also you can see all are representing 83.9 on the ST, which is fine. So we are maintaining cruise altitude 20,000 feet. Now let's go to our GTN and let's see. So that's our top of climb. So I will call you guys up. Ground speed 344, quite fast. I'll call you guys next when we are. Let's see. Where's our top of descent? Our top of descent is just after waypoint Utefi, in between Takeoff and Utefi. That's our top of descent. So the top of descent is estimated 25 minutes, but accurately we can go to utilities and we can go to VNAV, and it's a 25 minutes, yes. So next 25 minutes is when I'll be talking to you guys again. So I hope the flight will be smooth, and I hope I don't enter a stall. But yeah, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have got the warning from my GTN 750 that we are approaching our top of descent. So time to descend 30 seconds. I've set now 9,100, and I'll just be ready to manually put in about 1500 feet per minute. That's the mean selected 1500. The aircraft gave me 2000, but I thought that's a bit too steep. So we'll just do a 1500 feet per minute descent into Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Once again, until we get established on the ILS, I believe the flight path angle is 3 degrees. So I'll activate the descent scroll down to my autopilot finalization. Yeah, probably from now. Started studying towards 1,500. Okay, with that set roughly to 300 meters, we'll also throttle back a bit, just to maintain the speed, not to increase speed. Here the engines went quiet, but they've switched off, they're still on. Reducing power slowly, just until I get my airspeed to hold, and maybe slow down actually a bit. That should be good enough for the time being. Back a bit more. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to look at my chart, my approach, my ILS chart, and just see what heights we're meant to be at when entering the ILS. So this is saying 8,300. This is what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. It looks something like this. Obviously it's not too clear, but that's what the chart looks like, and then I'm going to be following these heights over here, these prescribed heights. So I'm meant to be 8,300, but the aircraft, obviously the flight plan, since I'm setting the approach, it knows exactly what heights to maintain. So that's why we decided 9,100 for, I believe it's Ibrat, and then we'll be at above 7,900 for Imdis or something, and then at Jomo we have to be 7,560. And then by that time I'll already be established on the localizer and the glide slope, and then the aircraft will take us to the runway. So decision height for Jomo Kenyatta, I believe it's category Cat 1 approach, which means our decision height is 200 feet for the ILS. Using the localizer, minimum descent altitude is 250 feet. So basically by 5,530 feet, if due to any weather conditions I need to execute a go around or a missed approach, that's exactly when I'll do it. But if all conditions are normal, we'll proceed with landing. Today looks like it's good weather, there doesn't seem to be any issues, so we will proceed with landing. And anyway, this aircraft is rated for category 2 approaches, which I believe have a minimum descent height of 150 feet, a descent altitude of 150 feet above ground. So Jomo's is 200 feet, so this aircraft is still rated to do better, but obviously we have to follow what the airport, I believe, is rated to. So yeah, that's about it. So I'll call you guys once we're, no, I won't call you, no, I will see you next once established on the ILS. So see you in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We are just approaching Ibrat, descending through. Now I'm just going to enter 8,300 just so that we can intercept our ILS. So what I'll do is I'll switch this to
localizer captured,
and capture the localizer, and also
glide slope armed,
glide slope arm as well, just so that we maintain the right glide slope. And I'll just reduce power so we can start applying our flaps, start lowering our flaps, and also lowering the landing gear and preparing for the landing. Since the aircraft is capturing the localizer, and we should get the glide. So the glide slope will be that yellow triangle. So let's see what the aircraft does. I believe now we can basically put away our GTN.
Speed checked below 205, select flaps 18.
Okay, flaps 18.
Speed check below 205, select gear down.
And so when we select gear down, gear down.
Speed checked below 180, select flaps 24. Speed checked below 170, select flaps 30.
I'll do that obviously closer we get to, because this is quite far out. Gonna increase the speed, add a bit of power. Drop too much. That should right. No more straight ahead. As per the approach, the plate, we are meant to go 8,000 feet and it is down to quite low. That's the look of the aircraft driving outside, ready for the landing. That's drone here behind us, and Jomo is just straight ahead of us. Okay, let's see, that's where you can see the arrow is slowly coming down. The aircraft is stuff like that. Now at the moment I'm not controlling anything, just letting the aircraft do its job.
Glide slope's alive, 1 dot to go.
Okay, glide slope alive, 1 dot to go as our F4 has said. Visibility is okay, not too bad.
Glide slope captured.
And glide slope is captured, so you can see the aircraft is descending itself with rating and the glide slope, so we just do throttle back a bit.
Established on the ILS.
And we established on the ILS. Ooh, a bit of wind over there. And just apply some speed brakes. Let's look at how these speed brakes look like. Those are air brakes. And this aircraft has no reverse thrust, and that's what's going to slow it down. I've seen quite a few videos where aircraft in real life where these aircraft actually come with the air brakes deployed already. Mainly in London City. Throttle back a bit. And we can apply flaps. 24. Flap set. So our VRF with this weight is going to be 180 knots. And we can now put our line lights on. Landing lights are on, and full flaps. That's how full flaps look. Now it's actually just going further. So that's full flaps, and landing lights are on. Now if you listen to our speed, you get that which I'll be there. The aircraft will slowly develop but knows our packages are coming down. So you can see the nose is slowly rising. You put the full speed brake. The nose slowly is rising. Like that. Go back into the cockpit. And add power because we're quite close to our rear. And as you can see, conditions are quite clear, so there's no reason to execute on this approach. So we just assume the landing. And I'll take over controls from now.
Autopilot disconnected.
Take over minor control of the aircraft. And the winds are quite interesting. Back on the throttle. Hold it.
Ground idle.
Okay, touchdown. And speed brakes.
Yellow and green spoilers.
Right to the center line.
80 knots.
There we go, nose wheel has touched down finally. That was quite a managed to keep that nose wheel up for quite some time. And as you can see, there's a lot of speed brake. So I'll just apply a bit of manual braking right now.
Brake pressure seen.
So we can indicate by a Lima. I will show you a replay of that landing, guys. Once I park the aircraft, and obviously this is a cargo aircraft, so we are parking in the cargo ramp of Jomo Kenyatta. So once we vacate the runway, I'll put the speed brakes back up. Normally you hold up the lines. Okay, speed brakes up. And we do flaps up. And we'll switch off our landing lights. And taxi lights come on. And we can even just start our APU at the moment. Now once they're parked, we can use our APU power. So I'm going to fast forward this taxi because it's quite long. Once I get the straight path, I'll fast forward it because it's straight from this taxi until the cargo ramp is quite straight. I'm just going to do that. Okay. I'll land myself on the center, then I'll just put it 16 times speed to get us to our ramp quite quickly. So it's 2 times. Yeah. Well, it's quite slow. Let's just get our master caution. Get rid of power. But that's Jomo Kenyatta. Over there, that's the passenger terminal. That's the new terminal over there, I believe terminal 1A. And we're heading to the cargo ramp, which is straight ahead. So we'll park up, and then I'll show you a replay of the landing, and that's where we'll stop the video for tonight. I do hope you enjoyed this file, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you do, please do hit that thumbs up button. Please do subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and please do hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I post another video. And I do hope you've had a pleasant week and a pleasant start of the weekend. I do hope your weekend goes ahead smoothly. And stay tuned obviously for our midweek video. I'm trying to upload a video every Wednesday and Saturday. Do forgive me if I don't adhere to that schedule, but I'm trying my best to maintain that schedule. Let's put the brakes, we are quite fast, and we'll enter Foxtrot 1 for our parking today. I don't know if this airport has auto gate, because if it did there would be a marshal waiting, but clearly doesn't. So I mean, the terminal area has it, the passenger terminal has it, so I'm sure this area should have it. Maybe once we get closer. There he is. There's our marshal. What we can do just to stop landing him, we just hit the taxi lights off. Not sure they're quite bright. So you can see his hands moving. Let's zoom in closer. There his hands are moving. As you can see, we are on the center line, and we're just continuing straight until he tells us to stop. And this is obviously different depending on which aircraft you're flying. Different aircraft have different park positions. Well, obviously this is cargo, so we don't really have a jetway attaching to us. We just have other trucks and cars and the cargo trailers coming towards us. So we're continuing, still continuing. Increase power a bit. That truck is just passing for mine. Oh, he's still going. Wow. Okay, once he tells me to stop, I will have to stop. Okay, slowly we're getting there. Okay, waiting for him to cross his hands, the buttons, and so that's when I know I'll have to stop. Okay, so parking brake set. This is our park position there. It's a bit ahead of the tee, but this is where he's instructed us to park, so that should be good. So what we can do is, we can close down our APU, and we can shut down engines. Down, 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 and all engines off. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. This is the cargo ramp where we're parked. As you can see, Kenya Airways Cargo is over there, Cargo Center. This is Emirates Sky Cargo AFS, and some silos, some hotel, I believe there's a hotel somewhere here. And then this is Jomo Kenyatta. Obviously I don't have the real life traffic, but usually it's quite busy. And that's our runway, and that's the other side, the hangars. So I do hope you enjoyed that flight, and now let me show you the part that everyone's waiting for, that landing. I'm going to view it like this. Just going to go to flight, toggle replay mode. Just go back slowly to about, where is the landing? About here. Happening to that, let's see how I did. After we took power. It was in center line. Oh, that's a beautiful landing. That was a very good landing. I'm quite impressed. And speed brake obviously. And I held the nose a bit. Aerodynamically slowing down the aircraft. I'm not too sure if this actually, this probably does happen, but obviously on a short runway you won't be able to do this. So as you have no reversal, we're just making sure the speed to slow down with the speed brakes, which are deployed, as you can see, from the back here. Yeah, those actually went down for a second. So that was the landing. Let's see how the runway, from this angle of the runway. Let's go back a bit. Okay, that's a bit of a bad. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's go further down. About here, yeah. Let's see how this looks. You see the controls are defecting. That was a good landing. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's basically it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Like I keep saying, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to the channel if you've not, and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I post a new video. And other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me today. I do hope you have a great remainder of the weekend and a good week ahead of you. Stay safe, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye bye.